So trained and, and that's just another thing, of course, we all train hard as athletes and professionals. And, when I came out here, of course, it was just, it was hard, it was heavy, it was intense. It was just new elements of style of training. I'll tell you like this. I think, the first workout we did was leg day.
Hang on. Is that the leg extension, the pre-exhaust?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you were dying, mate. I thought, my God, and that's only leg extensions. What's it going to be like when you hit some decent pressing, Dude,
he killed you. By the time we were done with the first movement, my legs were fried, like dead. And then, it just at that point, I just had to take my mind to another place because I knew, like, okay, and I'm not the one that's going to ask, like, hey, how much more do we have left or what else are we going to do? It's just like, he points and says, do it, and I'm just going to do it, of course. But I just remember after the first movement that we did, it was, my legs were just full of blood. They were just crazy pumped. I was wobbling away from the first movement we did onto the leg press, and then we got to the leg press, and it was just a whole nother sequence of expansion of blood going into the legs and just intense style training and just stuff I've never done, but just has made a huge difference that I've just used this entire prep. So it's really been fascinating.
It sounds like you're doing a very good combination of like things like pre-exhaust, high reps, and then I saw, which to be honest, mate, another thing that completely blew my mind was when you deadlift 765 for 4 reps. So so my point is, you're doing quite a range of training. You're not doing kind of like powerlifting 4 to 6. Right. You're doing high reps, pre-exhaust. And obviously it's had a powerful effect on your physique.
Yeah, it really has. Because when I'm training by myself, when I'm not with Dennis, my main emphasis is to keep the weight heavy. Yeah. And to keep the volume up. So yes, I did do 765 for 4. But even when because I did 765 for 4, and then I did 805 for 2. That's when,
wow.
I did 805 for 2. And I'll get to that as well, too, because it's funny how that worked as well, too, because when I did 805 for 2, the Ronnie Coleman show was the next week. Yeah. And I was to talk to Ronnie and show him the video, and me and Ronnie had a good conversation about it. So it's just been, it's literally just been one thing after another. But back to the workouts. Yes, what I have been doing a lot when I train is get into these top sets. Even prior to that, I'm still doing, let's say chest press dumbbells. I'll do warm-ups with the 50s for 10, and then I'll do the 80s for 10, and then I'll do the 120s for 10, and then I'll do the 150s for 10. And then at the 150s, I know it's like, okay, it's going to get serious. At the 150s, it's, it's kind of like, all right, let me get my mind right for what's next. So I'll do a bigger jump. So I'll go from the 150s to like the 170s for 8, and then I'll go to the 190s. Last chest press I did was 190 for 8, but that'll be my last working set is like the 190s for 8. Yeah. And then I'll do a back off set to where I'll go from the 190s, and then I'll go back to the 150s, and I'll do a all out failure for like 15 to 20 reps. So everything that I'm doing it as just kind of like what Ronnie said, as many reps as I can, as heavy as I can. Yeah. And on top of that, but usually there's only one movement in each body part where I'm just doing all out max effort. So like, I mean, when I did 800 pounds for 2 reps, I did that towards the end of my workout, of a heavy back workout. But prior to that, I had done a ton of volume, T-bar rolls, 200-pound dumbbells, 4 sets of 10 each, heavy lat pull downs, heavy back rolls, whole 9. And then towards the end, I was just like, you know what, I feel good today. I'm gonna do some deadlifts. But even deadlifts, that's not, I was doing just I was pretty much done with my back workout. I just kind of threw that in at the end, and I was just like, you know what, let me see. My strength's feeling good today, and I can always gauge it by how 765 feels. With 765, I remember I picked it up, and I was like, oh man, it actually felt pretty light. So I'm gonna try to. I think I have 200. Excuse me, 200. I think I have 800, and I ended up doing it for 2 reps. So.
What is it with you Texans, mate? I mean, something in the water, mate. I tell you.